Hello, my friends. I am glad you're back. It's Danielle, and I'm here today talking about email marketing. Now, this may be a little advanced for you, or you may be very familiar with it if you're an entrepreneur and you've been out there hustling on your email marketing for your own business. Email marketing can be really helpful for someone who is an unknown first-time author, just to start making relationships and fostering relationships with people who are connected to you. Let's talk about what this looks like for you on a small scale and how you level up, okay? So, email marketing. You may have heard this term, but let's just level set here. What it is essentially you have a list of names and email addresses that you've been given permission to contact, and you send them information about your book, about you, what you're doing. For me, for my business, I have an email list of people who are like, hey, Danielle, I want to keep up on what you're up to. I want information about, what services you offer, what events you have planned, or what's going on in your business. They've given me their name and their email and maybe some other information. It can be as basic as name and email. And they've agreed to be signed up to receive frequent emails from me. And we'll talk about all of those variables, but essentially, you're just emailing people, and it's not one at a time. So, to ensure that email marketing is not a waste of your time, if you do want to get into promoting your book within that realm, you need to keep in mind a couple of things. Number one, you always have permission to contact these people. So, you're going to want to utilize a tool, a software platform, if you will, that allows you to capture names and email addresses on something like your author website or a landing page for your book that tells the subscribers what they're getting into, what they've agreed to, and allows them to opt in and provide their permission. Otherwise, you're essentially just spamming a bunch of people who haven't given you permission. So you need to have a tool that helps you capture this information, and it helps you keep things organized. There are so many email marketing tools on the list. I'm not going to, or not on the list, but out in the world, I'm not going to list them all for you, but a few of the bigger known names and a couple of that I've had experience with are MailChimp. They're fairly easy to get into. A lot of these platforms offer free accounts up to a certain number of subscribers or up to a certain number of emails to be sent. And MailChimp is one of the, I don't want to say basic, but like easier entry level, user-friendly platforms. ConvertKit might be a little bit more complex, but I've enjoyed using them for something like when you have a sequence of emails you want to send out. Perhaps you're planning a book launch, which we're going to talk about in my next video, or couple videos from now, so come back. Perhaps you're planning a book launch and you want to send them like frequent emails, maybe for the next couple weeks to build up to that launch. So there might be a sequence of emails that you plan out to send. And something like ConvertKit, for example, can be a good tool to help you with that sequencing. Right now, I have been using a newer email platform called Flowdesk, Flodesk, and it's so fun and it's so pretty, and it's got a lot of design elements and things that help your emails stand out and look professional but fun and engaging. And you can use it in so many different ways, but the point is there are so many options. So just get out there, look for something that fits your budget. And again, there's pretty cheap options, if not free. So look for something to play with. That's kind of number one. You need a tool. Number two, make sure that when you are engaging with people and getting them on their email or on your email list, make sure they understand what they're signing up for. Will you be sending them weekly emails? Will you be sending them daily emails? What content are you going to be delivering? What's the point of your emails? I've had clients who just have a landing page with a little name and email box that said, please sign up to receive notice when my book is published. If that's all you're telling them that they will receive, don't send them a bunch of other stuff, right? You're not giving them what they've agreed to, and vice versa. You're not telling them what you want to give them so that they can agree to it. So make sure that you are very clear on what you want to deliver, and make sure that they understand that as well when they sign up. It's a little bit of a contractual agreement there. And on that note, you're going to have to understand, or you're going to have a good idea about what you want to deliver. What do you want to provide to them? How often? I just had a conversation with my VA, and I'm like, hey, should we do a monthly newsletter? Should we do a bi-monthly newsletter? What do we want to put in this newsletter so it's not just a random email that isn't high value? I like to deliver as much value as possible. And that can usually go both ways. It'll stop me in my tracks because I don't feel like I have enough, or it'll make me provide too much because I just want to dump on people. So you have to find a happy middle ground. What strategy helps you engage with the people that are going to be brought to you in interest of, the topic that your book is on, or what your mission is about? What are you going to be telling them? What are you going to be talking to them about? Imagine that you're sitting down with a friend and you're getting caught up, and she's asking you about your business, and it's like, well, yeah, I did this, and that. What are these things? They're asking about your book, your promotion activities, your what blogs are you going to be featured on? What video lessons are you going to be doing about whatever topic you're talking about? There's so many different things you can tell them in your emails, but you kind of have to have an idea of what you want to do. Here's the thing. Email marketing is a great tool, but it can be a lot of work, especially if you don't have a plan. So do not engage in this area. Do not go into email marketing blindly. It's not necessary unless you see that there is value that can be delivered to your audience, and in return, they're going to reciprocate with perhaps book sales, sharing word of mouth, sharing your book, getting involved in the passion projects and the bigger mission that your book may serve. There has to be a trade-off there. You're not just out there a bleeding heart, bleeding yourself, and just giving tons and tons and tons in order to receive nothing. And you're not out there just looking to get, okay? So it's a give take, and it's not really a take. It's just like more of a give on one end and a give on another end. And there has to be a mutual reciprocation on both ends in order for it to feel good for everyone, right? So think strategically. Do you really want to commit to one monthly newsletter? Do you really want to commit to writing a blog post every other week? Whatever it is, make sure you feel good about committing to it, so that when you deliver, that energy behind that feeling is within the content that you're delivering. If you are begrudgingly writing this blog post, they're going to feel that. You're not going to come across with your most passionate voice and the energy that people know you for. So just understand that strategy is important and you must commit. Another couple things to think about: email marketing can take a couple different forms. There are people who write really long form emails, and some of them, when people write long form emails, they have to really, 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 really be good. Okay, you have to be strategic in the way that this topic that you're writing on is just like a home run. You're engaging people. You are doing it in a way that acknowledges, hey, I'm writing a really long email. It's going to maybe take you 20 minutes to get through. If you don't have an extra 20 minutes, that's okay, but they may not be the right people for your list, right? So if you are a long form writer, make sure that they understand that this is what they will be getting. Otherwise, keep your emails short, sweet, and structured. And these short, sweet, and structured emails might just be like a couple little blurbs about things that will send them other places, aka your website, your Facebook group, your Instagram feed, whatever it is, your blog, whatever it is. Your email is going to just say, hey, new post out on the blog, check out this post about these two, this thing that's described in 1 or 2 sentences. Read more, a button, read more. Or hey, here's an upcoming event that you might be interested in. Click here to learn more. Or hey, check out my post on Instagram on the book tour that I just finished, the book tour interview that I just finished with what's his name. Click here to learn more. That's it. Short, sweet, and structured. 2, 3, 4 sections, a little blurb about each, and a button to learn more. People expect that structure. They understand that it's, in the context of a newsletter, when you zoom out, a newsletter is like, well, hey, here's what's going on. Here's the updates. Here's the 411. Here's what you missed the last month or whatever, what I've been up to the last 2 weeks. Click here to learn more about this stuff if you're super interested. And if not, thanks for reading for 35 seconds. They may or may not be interested in everything you have to say, and that's okay. They may be interested in one thing out of 4. Whatever it is, you are giving them just a quick overview and an opportunity to spend more time in those separate places when they're available. So it's kind of a respect thing, if you will. Like, I may not dump my whole blog post in an email because I know not everyone has 15 minutes to read a blog post in the morning, whether it's checking their email, trying to get through the backlog and move on with their day, whatever it is. But maybe they want to come back and revisit that blog post that they were interested in based upon the title and the little blurb that I shared. And that might be on their lunch break or the weekend or whenever it is. So the point is, email marketing can be very powerful when done well. So you must think this through. You don't want to invest any time or money on something that's not going to work for you. So make sure you think about it and you're very serious about committing. The biggest mistake you can make with email marketing is making promises that you don't intend to fulfill. And I shouldn't say don't intend, but that you don't fulfill because you didn't really think it through. If you say you're going to send them something every 3 weeks, you better darn do it. And not only that, but make sure that you're consistent. So if you say, hey, I'm going to send you a monthly newsletter and you don't send it for 4 months, people are going to be a little confused and not understand what's going on, and you're going to really lose engagement. And again, it's not going to be worth any money or effort you put into it. So that's what email marketing can look like just in general, depending on your book and the topic and your mission and what you're about behind your book. Email marketing can look so many different ways. So I'm not going to be able to give you, this is exactly what you should do with your email, but think about these things broadly and then narrow in on what you feel is right for you and your readers. And you are important in this equation. If you are not committed to your email marketing efforts and you are not committed to showing up how you want to show up, or if you feel like you should be showing up in a way that's not in alignment with who you are or what your energies, what your energy and strengths are able to help you sign up or show up with, then it's not going to work no matter what. No matter what kind of reach you have, no matter how many people you have on your list, it's not going to work if they're not engaging with you. And if you're not consistent and thoughtful about it and they don't get anything from it, you're not going to get anything from it. So there's my spiel on email marketing. Please come back for the next video. We're going to continue talking about marketing in a different context. And this one will be another fun topic. So I'll see you there.